Dearest listeners,
Book babes and book bros.
welcome to Book Babble. I'm Rachel,
And I'm Tanya, and we're the Witlet Women, your hosts for today.
and we have a very special guest star this morning. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Good morning, everybody. My name is Alyssa-Ray Bouman. I am the author of Will She Run and Will She Choose, part of the Will of the Heart series. I also have Will She Break coming out hopefully very soon. I love to write stories that weave heart, humor, and a touch of chaos into every little story. So that's
We
me.
love the chaos. Hopefully, you'll bring a little bit of that to our show today. Uh, so, Alyssa Ray, are you ready to babble?
Let's do it.
All right, I am putting 5 minutes on the clock. My app has been a little bit slow this morning, so.
So am I. It's fine.
All right, it is on now.
Awesome. So my first question is always like, what inspires you to write your stories?
Okay, so I have always loved to read and write. When I was younger, I actually was the last person in my second grade class to learn how to read, and I was determined to, yeah, figure it out. I came home, said, "Mom," in tears, I need to learn how to read. Everyone else can. I'm a baby, you know." So she hooked me up with Hooked on Phonics, and I won every reward since then for reading books. And so books have always been a part of me. I've always loved to write. It wasn't until I had my son and kind of just got lost in motherhood, I guess. You know, it becomes this all-consuming thing, at least it did for me. And I was like, I need something more. And I started reading again. And the more I started reading, my husband looked at me. He's like, you could do this. He's like, you make up stories about the people that drive by and you have full backstories, and you're telling me that they have seven dogs and two cats and a kid named George and Henry. Like, go write a story, go write a book. And I was like, I bet I could do that. And the rest is history. I started and I never stopped. And all of a sudden I was staring at a 400-page book in front of me and I was like, I did that. So,
Wow. We love a supportive king.
yeah.
Thank you to your husband for getting you to put your books out in the
Yeah.
world. So out of all of these stories that you've made up, what character do you relate the most with?
I love Callie. She is just like my spirit animal. Her like bits of sarcasm and her just like being there for her friends. I remember when I wrote her as like starting out Della's best friend who was like, "Girl, you're not doing this. You're not living in your car. You're coming home with me," and like didn't give her an option because she was determined to take care of her. And I just love that, and I love her, and I love like everybody needs a Callie is like has always been my like thought process. So though I guess when I'm thinking of who I relate to or who I like the best, it's definitely Callie. I love them all. They all have a special place in my heart, but I love Callie. She's funny. I actually would laugh and be like, I didn't say that, Callie said that. Like reading the, writing things out. There was actually a scene where she was so angry, and I can't tell you why, but she was so angry. And when it came out, I like sat back from my computer and I was like, damn, girl, like, whew, like, okay, like, let it out, you know? And I'm like, she came alive for me. And I think that's why I really liked her.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that your stories, like, and your characters are such living things. What is your process for writing? How do you get it from your head to the book?
So, that's a funny process. I have a character description outline sheet on my like Google Docs, and I just will randomly text myself like on my phone, I will text myself like conversations that pop in my head, things that I see where I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like such a Della thing, or that's such an Emma thing. Like, I draw inspiration from people I know in real life, little things and quirks about them. I don't know if you guys remember like Emma isms, where she like will say random things like that don't make sense, like bismopeptile. I have a very special friend in my life who does these things. And I'm like, this is such a cute quirk that it has to go into the characters that it makes sense for. So I like to say everybody is a part of me, but everybody's also a part of someone else in my life. I draw that inspiration. So my text messages to myself look like a therapy record because it's just full on conversations. People would think I was crazy, but it's okay. I'm just talking to the voices in my head.
Amazing. So are there any secrets or Easter eggs in your books or in your writing that you can give us insight into?
I absolutely can, and I thought about this because I did read that question. Like, I don't want to give too much stuff away. It's more of like Easter eggs for the people in my life or the people who know me. A lot of the characters in the book, their names, some of them come from the middle names of people on my street team.
Oh,
Yep, it's my like little nod to them, like, hey, like you supported me, and that like is so important to me. It's important to always like I'm not doing anything by myself. You know what I mean? It's not just me. So I will put their names in there. My brother's animal control. So the whole raccoon trash panda scene where he's like, "Oh, the animal control are the real heroes." That's like a total nod to my brother.
oh, I
Hmm.
love that.
And the biggest Easter egg is that I've been dropping hints of every single person that's going to be in the next series that's coming up or after Will of the Heart series. So if you've heard about them and you have seen them talked about more than once and had a conversation, it's likely they're going to get their own book.
Yay, we love interconnected stories.
Mhm. So, yep,
Awesome. Well, we have made it through the 5 minute round. This part
yep,
will go on our social media channels, and then the full episode will go on YouTube and Spotify. So we'll just keep chit-chatting.
awesome.
Um, I took over the last episode and didn't let Rachel speak very much, so I'm gonna let her go first this time.
I'm still stuck on like I love that your characters are so alive. It makes me so happy.
Thanks.
Um, what is your favorite trope to write, and how does that look for you?
So I love a good banter. I love a slow burn. So I think that anything that's like, grumpy sunshine or enemies to lovers, like someone has to be arguing with somebody. It can't just be like, oh, you're so perfect. Like I don't mind. I love reading them, but to write it, I just love seeing the personalities come out. And you're gonna see a lot of that with Emma and Blake because Emma is, she is very witty and very smart, but she's also kind of more of the sweet one. And I made a point to say sweet does not mean quiet. And I think that's like so important to clarify, but Blake really pulls out that like little bit of the sass that Emma gives to Callie, which shows you like how comfortable she is with him, if that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
anything with
we
banter.
love good banter. Yes. I'm
I mean,
so
there may
excited.
be a good boy in there.
Switching it up. No good girls, just good boys. Yes.
I love
Let's
it.
go.
So,
Awesome. Well, what other things do you have on the horizon right now?
whew, boy, do I have a lot happening. So, at the end of this month, there is going to be a sale drop, like a big, it's all on my website sale. We have a special, so these are the covers right here. We got the black and white covers because I have the books with me. We have signed special editions coming, and they are all in color. And I'm very, very excited about those. They're pre-order only, and they will be available to pre-order on September 30th, probably for like the rest of the month. But they're all colorful. You can actually see if you were on my newsletter, sign up for newsletter. They got the little sneak peek recently. So those are fun. We have Will She Break pre-order happening on the same day. I just said, everything can be September 30th because September 30th is actually Rare Cancer Awareness Day. And in Will She Break, there is cancer representation. And so I'm waiting for the Rare Cancer Awareness Day to, you know, bring more awareness to also like put everything on sale so people can kind of get that idea because it's so important and that's like the huge representation. I'm not sure I say who has it, so I'm not going to say it right now. I think kind of people, if you've read the stories, you kind of have an idea, but
Awesome. So it sounds like that's like something that's like very near and dear to your heart. Are there like charities or nonprofits, anything like that that you support alongside that?
So New Jersey, Sloan, I believe it's Sloan Memorial. I'm probably going to have, and I've been talking to a couple different people. My father actually has adenoid cystic carcinoma. So he's dealing with that right now. My best friend was just diagnosed with lymphoma about a week ago. My other best friend she's on the road to recovery from having breast cancer. She was diagnosed in October, and praise God, that is something she is in remission from. So it was a really rough year. This book that I'm writing has been very heart pulling while I'm writing it. And I think that's why this book is taking a little longer, because all this is happening around me. But Sloan Memorial, they are the ones who do a lot of the treatments. And so I'm working on how to kind of give back with what I'm doing and how I can maybe incorporate some kind of like, hey, donate to this on my website as well.
That's incredible. Oh my gosh. And the people, you and the people in your life, all of you are so strong to get through this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So first, thank you for bringing awareness to the cause.
Of
And
course.
second, thank you for, just being here for so many people, Alyssa-Ray. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, they're my people.
Yeah, of course. So this is about the time that we usually open the floor and ask if there's any messages, any announcements that you have for your readers and listeners. I know we just went through quite a bit, but if there's anything else, the floor is yours.
The floor is mine. Oh boy. Let's see. Ah, I'm trying to think of what questions they might have asked me. My street team is always in my DMs, and I can honestly say if anybody of my like any of my readers have questions, please message me. We love to hear, us authors love to hear about just what's happening. And like when you're reading our books, we love the reactions. I can tell you, and I don't have permission from her, but I know she's not gonna mind. So my bestie author friend, Lindsay Science, she wrote Wild for the Night and The Other Side of Wild. She's working on her third book right now, which I know I can't tell you the title of, but you'll have to just follow along with her story to find that out. But we are working on a little bit of familial crossover, if you will. So
A
you're
collaboration?
Yes. So you're going to see a character, and this is, I guess, is like an Easter egg. You're going to see a character brought up in her book that is going to not only be in Will She Break, but she's also going to get her own story in my next series, the Cozy Pines Cafe series. So she may or may not be related to a really, really sexy hockey player, just saying.
We love a good crossover, a good Easter egg like that. So, yay, looking forward to it.
Yeah, so we're very excited. She's my little chaos coordinator. We're constantly in each other's messages being like, "Does this work?" Like, no, yes. Who's that?
That's the type of support and friend that you need in your life though. So,
Yes, absolutely.
um,
Absolutely.
well, Alyssa-Ray, we are just about at time. We had such a fun experience with you today. Thank you so much for coming on. And I would love to have you on again in the future.
I would absolutely love that. And thank you guys so much for having me and for having so many authors. I think what you guys do is awesome. It builds a bridge between authors and readers and just everyone in between. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah, we're so happy to do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye, girl.